Well, we know pretty much everything about this week is going to be absolutely huge. We've got another double header today as we continue that thrilling quarter final from the Champions League. If you missed the first leg yesterday, it's up in the eye above, and we're going to try and finish off the job today. It's going to be hard work, and we've got a league game sandwiched in between the two. There's going to be a real test for our rotated options in the squads. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 56 of this FM06 Let's Retro Save from Luton Town. We are back today to face Steve McLaren's Leeds side, who are back in the Premier League and flying. And then we've got Arsenal in a second leg of that Champions League quarter-final after that ridiculous 4-3 game at the Emirates in the last episode. We've also got a double header against Spurs coming up in the next couple of days as well. It's a really big finish to the season, but with us 5 points behind now in the league campaign, I've made the decision that with the 12-point cushion to fifth, we are going to sacrifice the Premier League now and certain games in it to try and go for the FA Cup and maybe the Champions League. Our plan, of course, could change after Wednesday. If you're looking forward to seeing how we get on in this one, seeing if we can get closer to adding another trophy after our first one in the League Cup this season, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let's go and get a quick reminder of how that first leg went against Arsenal, a 4-3 defeat, but a thrilling counter-attacking performance. We produced some moments. But we've also had to make a decision today because 3 days later, a lot of players are struggling a bit. Zonneveld, Portia, Davis Agbonlahor out of the squad entirely. Shane Paul's not made it either. Don't forget we're still without Decassi and Diaz, who got injured in that game as well. We're going to give Foley sort of 45 minutes today, I think, just to build up his fitness a little. And we're also going to bring in the likes of John Obi Mikel, who can't play in Europe, and as many of the other rotation options as possible. So Ferdinand, Santos, Keith Keane in midfield, Walcott and Roger in up front. He's back from international duty, thankfully. We've rotated heavily. The only people who will probably play in midweek are Schmeichel in goal, Vandenborg, and then possibly either Leonardo or Flamini, depending on what the midfield situation is. So we're really going for the rotation here. We're hoping against Leeds it'll be enough. But to be fair to them, they're in 8th place. They're having a cracking season. But I think now with a 12-point cushion and 7 games to go, it's worth the gamble. We've lost the least games in the division this season. Okay, too many draws. But Spurs have got a fair few injuries as well. They're in 5th place. They're in good form. But they've also got to play us in the league and the cup. They've got to play Leeds themselves. Newcastle and Charlton are up in that mix as well. So they've not got the easiest running on paper. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to stay well clear of 5th place. It does give us the luxury, though, of chasing the FA Cup, of chasing the Champions League. And this is the 11 we've gone for today to do it. It is Kasper Schmeichel in goal. Vandenborg is joined by both Ferdinand and Leonardo, rotation options. Foley's back from injury for his first start, with Santos over at left wing back. Keane and Flamini, the holding midfield too. One returning to fitness, one very much a backup player. And then John Obi Mikel can only play in the domestic games, so he's behind Theo Walcott, the third choice attacking striker, and Roger, the second choice target man. Only 6 goals between them this year, but we've got 38 on the bench in Maloney and Crouch. So let's see what they can produce today. Leeds versus Luton Town is the big one, but we're keeping an eye on Liverpool, Arsenal and Spurs v Everton. If we can match Spurs' result today, I'll be a very happy man, whether that's defeat, draw or victory. Let's go and get through to the first one and see what the result is. Well, some decent players in this Leeds side. Freddie Eastwood still going strong up front, always becomes a good player in this game. Kevin Thompson in midfield has become a star, but there are a few of those sort of championship players that they've carried up, the likes of Damien Delaney, who's a good player, but not a great one. They've just overperformed this year. They've signed a brilliant goalkeeper who we did look at on a free, rejected us because he didn't want to be a rotation option. But he is probably one of the shining lights in their team. And up front, alongside Freddie Eastwood, who's brilliant, maybe just a little bit of pace away from being a superstar, is a youngster in Richard Vaughan who has got pace to burn and looks like he might be a star of the future. So Leeds have certainly got a good young side, but whether they're all at it yet is a different question. What we've got to do is try and avoid defeat here with a lot of players who aren't match fit and a lot of players, even the ones that are first choice here, like Flamini, like Vandenborg, are not long back from injury themselves. So might need to rely on Kasper Schmeichel a bit, might need Walcott or Roger to hit form in front of goal. Let's hope we can do that in the first minute, as it's a long ball forward which Foley wins to Walcott. Rodgers able to get there, goes wide to Walcott again, and there's a lot of players piling forward, but it's a heavy touch. Theo Walcott's so important to us a couple of years ago, but he's just not stayed fit since. But he's back in today, and within 2 minutes, he's given us the lead. I've been harsh there, 74 seconds on the clock. Roger and Walcott combine. Fabio Santos, the January signing, heavily impacting the goal as well. And with him becoming first choice in the summer when Zonneveld leaves, with Felipe ready to take over as well. It's a very good sign that he's finding form. Oh, he's lost the ball there. And he obviously had that bad moment coming on against Arsenal. Nice for him to get an early recovery here. And he's won it back high up the pitch there for Flamini as Roger tries to break down the left. Benitez there first, and Grant can bring it away for Leeds United. Down the right-hand side to Kevin Thompson. Has support. Goes alone though. Finds Malara eventually. Flamini's been dragged wide. Eastwood's in the middle. It's a very good finish. We talked about him maybe not having the pace to get in behind, but he's certainly got the quality in front of goal. And with the greatest of respect, while we've got a good defensive backup team, Anton Ferdinand is not quite at the level. With 9 minutes gone, he's beaten to that one. And Leeds are back on terms already and dominating. Where on earth is our defence from that free kick? We only have one player back in the box. What is going on? Brilliant double save from Kasper Schmeichel. But where on earth is the defence? The ball's cleared downfield to Walcott eventually, and Keith Keane just pummels it out for a throw. 12 minutes gone, worrying signs at the back. The clean sheet record we had for most of this season, and most of the last one. I don't know what's happened the last 2 months, but it is completely drying up. And with a quarter of this game gone, to be honest, looking at the stats, I'm pretty happy we're level at the moment. Might not be for long though, because Delaney looks for Vaughan from the long ball. Oh, Schmeichel gambled. If Vaughan had managed to get a flick on that, we were in big trouble. As it is, we managed to survive it. Schmeichel goes long. Walcott will chase. We know he's got the pace if he can win it. Damien Delaney makes no mistake though. Foley back forward. Delaney with a poor pass, but Grant intercepts it and gets it back to his keeper. Eastwood able to chase for the long ball, but Mikel brings it down. He's got Walcott in support. John Obi Mikel's there again, but Walcott goes outside of his man. Into the box, brilliant run. Theo Walcott, great save. Foley on the rebound, just a little bit rusty. Beaten to it before his second touch. And João Leonardo and Flamini will combine to start again as Roger has drifted left. He's got options in the middle. Santos making the underlapping run, but he can't find him. We are getting on top here now though, as Foley throws in towards Roger. Flick down for Flamini. He's been a bit heavy with his touch there, and Malara can clear. It's a good recovery to find Keith Keane. Ferdinand plays a 1-2, gives it to Mikel. Heavy touch. It's a bit of a scrappy game in terms of quality, as Eastwood gets down the right. Been dragged all over the place here. Flamini turned inside out. Eastwood into the box. Vandenborg clears, and now Roger can chase. He's got in behind Benitez, and he's 1-on-1. Roger with the keeper. Brilliant finish. 5th goal of the season since joining in January. And 1 each for the strikers, who are 4th and 5th choice respectively. It's an absolutely brilliant effort. We don't deserve to be leading this game, but we've hit on the counter twice, and the front two are high quality, even with the subs. And when you consider that our backup was Dean Ashton last year, and then in the other position, Walcott and Paul were fighting to start. Now Theo Walcott's 3rd choice. Does show you that we've really improved the quality. McKellen instead of Maloney, he's now 3rd choice as well. Players that were backups are now the 3rd, 4th or 5th option. And if we can do that next year again with Ferdinand, with Keane, with Foley, we can maybe take this squad to the very top level as Walcott loses out in the air. Leonardo will get there on halfway. Ferdinand almost loses it. Vandenborg is beaten to the second ball though. Vaughan v Ferdinand. He's got to do something here. It's been forced back. The keeper's come. And Anton Ferdinand right on cue. Costs us a goal with a stupid moment at the back. He was a very good signing when we came up to the Premier League, but he is not a top 4 player. And ultimately, he was beaten by Eastwood for the first goal, and he's given the ball away dallying at the back for the second. He's literally letting down the side here. That's the difference, as it's a long ball towards John Obi Mikel. Loses out in the air. And again, I don't know what's happened to the defensive record. We've changed literally nothing tactically. And we're going from winning every game 1-0 or 2-0 to drawing them 3-3 or losing 4-3. Eastwood's in with 3-2 down. Where is Anton Ferdinand? You're a centre half. Get in your position. He's in the middle and he's completely abdicating his responsibility. It's infuriating to watch. It's been an appalling display. And he's letting down the back 3. I think we're going to take him off at half time. I'm going to make a couple of subs. So we're going to say We're not happy with this display. It's been really poor. We knew it was a risk when we went for this sort of team, but when it's two individual errors from one player, it is annoying. We've got to get Foley off ideally. So I'm going to bring Guarin on for Foley, who's done well to get 45. Keith Keane will go out to right wing back. And then we're going to bring Felipe or Basagno on. Basagno's going to come on for Ferdinand. And we're just going to try and shore things up a bit. I want to play Mikel the 90, even though he's not doing well, because he can't play in midweek. We have got to think about fitness to an extent as well. Theo Walcott's struggling physically. Maybe we look at someone else up there. But when you look at the bench, we've not really got a great option other than Maloney. As Santos gets down the left, Rodgers in. Good challenge from Benitez. Corner kick, 25 to go. We'll gamble on a sub after this corner. Let's see if we can make something of it. We take a draw at this point as Basagno goes in. Off the line and it's back in again. Oh, Walcott's missed. It's a great challenge. Deflects it over the bar for a corner kick. I was sure we'd scored there. I'm going to have to go Maloney for Walcott because he's knackered. Flamini ideally would come off because he's playing midweek, but I've got no one to bring on there. So I'm just going to have to do it like that. George Maloney up front for Theo Walcott. Can't remember the last time he played in a league game. It's a corner kick though, and he can make himself a hero. Maybe a free kick or something late on. We know he scored a few of them before. Schmeichel v Eastwood in the race. He's gone miles out of his goal. Does well with it. And with 20 minutes to go, it's looking a little bit sketchy here, isn't it? Don't know what the Spurs score is. They're 2-0 up, so the gap is going to close to 9. And maybe my gamble won't pay off because Basagno's beaten in the box too. And at the moment, Leeds look the more likely to add to their lead, if anything. We'll get to the final 10 and we'll go more attacking if we can. Always worries me because whenever we've done it, we concede. But I feel like we've got to go for the point at this stage. As Vaughan flicks on for Leeds, Keane gets there. It's back to Kasper Schmeichel. Go on, give us a goal. Long ball forward. Rodgers in behind again. He stopped. Why did you stop? Maloney's not going to make it. Mikel's not either. Kamara clears it off the line. Keeper was there. No idea what he was doing. So just over 10 to go. And I think now we have to go for the aggressive moves. Let's go. Higher mentality. Bit more creative freedom. Never time wasting. Higher defensive line. We've got pace on back there. And then player instructions. John Obi Mikel we've already got running in behind. Guarin can have a few more long shots and forward runs as well. And I think we'll leave it at that. Look, we've gambled with our team selection. Ultimately, it shouldn't matter losing this game. But it is disappointing the manner of it. And ultimately, Anton Ferdinand isn't even good enough to be a 6th choice now. The final chance in the 3rd minute of stoppage time as Santos and Vandenborg play a 1-2. Into the box, hopefully. It's a penalty. Oh, Kamara's fouled Maloney. We'll take that. Who's on the penalty kick? It's Flamini. Oh, if ever there's a time. I don't remember him taking one. I guess we'd normally have Crouch or Ashton on, wouldn't we? Back in the day. Matthew Flamini scores in the corner. And Luton Town salvage a very big point. Even with a heavily rotated side, we do it. And while Spurs have won 2-0 to close the gap a little, they've picked up another 2 injuries. And that, in the end, is a pretty good day for us. We'll sympathise with the team. We've salvaged something from the match. And with a rotated side ready for Tuesday or Wednesday night, I'm pretty happy with that outcome. Liverpool have lost to Arsenal, so we've actually gained a position out of today. We can take 3rd place. That's a very good result. And we've still got 10 points to 5th. Very happy with that outcome. Spurs are picking up injuries galore, which with us playing them twice in a week or so, is going to be absolutely excellent. Dawson will miss the first of them, as will Lee McMahon. Wainbridge is out for the season. Carrick is out for a month. Bizavar a month. And Barreto a month. It's going to give us one hell of an opportunity. But first, we've got a pretty big game to worry about with their North London rivals. It's Arsenal in the Champions League at home. And on Wednesday night, we've got a chance to overturn the 4-3. And those 3 away goals could be an advantage. Will they be crucial when we get to the game? We'll find out in just a moment's time. Well, we're back on Wednesday night for a huge All-English Champions League tie. It is Luton 3, Arsenal 4 on aggregate. The same score that it was in real life in the Premier League last season. But at Kenilworth Road, we've got to try and make something happen. Will the away goals be crucial? Well, there is some good news for us because Arsenal, despite being top of the Premier League, have got a little bit of injury trouble here. They're without Senderos and Toure, which isn't so bad because I guess that Setut will come in. I guess Heitinga will just go into centre half, but it certainly leaves them weaker than they would have been. and Laurent, not particularly match fit, will come in at right back. But, I mean, he's still probably better than any of ours at the moment. Certainly, with Rodrigo Diaz injured. If we go and have a look at our team for today, it's going to be very heavily rotated, of course. So let's go and put the 11 in place and get ready for a big Champions League night at Kenilworth Road. Well, Theo Walcott not quite fit after his first start returning from injury. However, we are back to what I think is our strongest 11 for today. I've opted for Keane over Foley, both in terms of fitness, also the fact that he's suspended for the next domestic game against Hull, and the fact that Foley's got a lower morale and had a poor performance at the weekend. But otherwise, we're as strong as we can be. The other 10 positions, I can't improve. Is Schmeichel in goal? Van den Boer stays in, but he's joined by Basagno and Davis in the back three. Keane has Zonneveld on the opposite flank, with Guarin joining Flamini in holding midfield. And then the front three is all changed. Portia in for the ineligible John Obi Mikel, and Agbonlahor and Crouch in together up front. Through to the game we go against Arsenal. We're going to need a big performance, but in theory, any win sends us through. Well, maybe a little bit of a surprise for Arsenal. They've gone for a young centre-half who is excellent, but they've gone for him over Lauren at right-back, which I'm surprised by. Heitinger stays on the right-hand side. Guess it means they only have to change one player rather than two positions. The front six exactly the same as the first leg, and as we saw, they tore us apart pretty comfortably. So we're going to have to be quite careful tonight. We know they've got quality on the bench. I didn't even realise Gilberto Silva was still there. One cup appearance is all he's made this season. God, what a player he is as well. So this is a pretty experienced Arsenal bench if they need to see out a game. But early doors, Agbonlahor's got in. What a run. Gabby Agbonlahor within 5 minutes. Zonneveld put it in and Agbonlahor just did the rest. He's turning into a world superstar, this kid. We've got an English duo up front who are both starring. And with 5 minutes gone, we're going through on away goals. And this is where the crucial element comes. If we can hold on, as that free kick is straight at Schmeichel, we've got that advantage that as long as we don't concede more than 3, any win basically sends us through. Flamini's been poached by his former club though, and Shortain, this is the problem. Henry, oh, what a save. How did Schmeichel get across there so quickly? Superb work from Kasper Schmeichel, but the Arsenal pressure is piling on. Maybe got too excited at 5 minutes gone. So 1-0 we might be going through. We've seen Arsenal against us this year. They score 4 every time. As the long free goal kicks out to Crouch. Zonneveld forced to turn back against his international teammate Heitinger, but he's beaten him with ease in the end and forces the free kick. Superb performance. I just don't understand, Mike. Why did you want to leave to go to Fulham, who are going to be in the Championship, by the way? Such a stupid decision, as Reyes has nicked it off Keith Keane, the 1 weak spot in the team, and now we might be paying for it. Shortain's in. There you go. That's still the position we're in when it comes to the big Champions League games. We cannot afford to be without one first-team player, because Keith Keane is a very good player. He's done absolutely wonderfully as an academy graduate, but he's not at Champions League quarter-final level. He's the player we want coming in for the Leeds game, and that's it. Those Zonneveld there, straight to the goalkeeper, and Lopez will start again for Arsenal. Ultimately, I don't expect to get through here. I'd like to give them a game. I don't want to go out with a whimper, as Munoz finds Reyes, and now Henry, efforts over the bar. Quarter of the game gone. We're still in a tie, as Zonneveld throws in towards Agbonlahor. Loses the header, but Zonneveld should get to the second ball and does. Finds Portia and Flamini. Up to Guarin, who goes from distance. Not really troubling the goalkeeper there. Comfortably wide, but we're having a go. And we've got a throw on the right again with Keith Keane. Guarin plays a 1-2 with him. Again, remember, De Cassi, Diaz would be starting today, both injured. Mikel would be involved. Ineligible. We have got a few players missing as Flamini finds Zonneveld. Into Portia. Down for Agbonlahor and Lopez is there. Good defending again. Maybe we're seeing why Ashley Cole's not getting in the team as Crouch goes up, wins the flick on. He's definitely having a better day without Senderos against him. With half an hour gone, Arsenal 1 up on aggregate. But 1 goal changes that because they've only got 1 away goal so far, although giving the ball away from a throw-in to them is not the way to change that because we're giving them a counter-attack. Portia wins the challenge, but Shortain gets it back. Out to Mackenzie on the right-hand side. How different could things have been if he'd joined us? Into Henry, shots just wide. Only half chances for Arsenal. We've had a much better performance today. We're involved in the game. I don't know if we've shown enough signs we're going to win this. It might require a moment of magic. And that is not the news we needed. Freddie Guarin has got an injury, and that is a position we're running a little short. Keane's having to cover right wing back. De Cassie's injured. Basagno's at centre half. Do I go Leonardo and push Basagno in? Or do I push Keane in, go for Foley? I really don't know. We're going to tell the boys, I believe in you. Show a bit of encouragement. I'm going to put Basagno into midfield. I want to stick with the strongest possible 11 on the pitch. And I think Leonardo is probably a stronger sub than Foley. What it does mean is we can't do anything to our back three now. With 45 minutes gone, we're still involved, but we need a goal. Can we show a sign of it? As Davis goes up towards Crouch, loses out to Heitinga. Munoz brings it down for Lopez on the left. Space to run into. Carries it downfield. Not much pressure on him, to be honest. Goes inside to Munoz and gives it away to Van den Boer. Big ball up towards Crouch, who is beaten by Francis, the youngster. Basagno wins it back, though, for Van den Boer. Target is Crouch again. He wins this one. We can't direct it towards Agbonlahor. This long downfield towards McKenzie. Zonneveld nicks it off him on halfway. Portilla's got two ahead of him. Agbonlahor's there. Beats the first man. Beats the second. Shot deflects. Easy enough for the keeper, but he's still a threat up there. Gabby Agbonlahor is not done with this game yet, you feel, as Keane's got a throw on the right-hand side. In towards Crouch. Francis wins it, but Flamini's there. And against his former club, just a whisker away from the target. He caught that one well, but couldn't quite hit the target. Keith Keane is struggling. We're going to bring Foley on. He's just been booked as well. So let's not do anything silly there. I know it seems a waste of a sub, but I feel like we've got to do the right thing. We'll throw one more on with about 15 to go and then maybe go a little more aggressive. Against Arsenal, that will probably be costly. But it's the last 8 of the Champions League. It's the last chance. We've got 11 minutes to go and we're going to go for it. Crouch is going to be replaced by Roger. And we are going to go very attacking. We're going to push the mentality forward again. And push the freedom forward a little bit. Stop the time wasting. Push up the defensive line. It's now or never. We might as well lose by 2 if we're going to lose this game. We're going to get Basagno on the long shots. We know he's got them in him. And we're going to do the same as we did in the last match. Portilla's carrying it forward. Does he like to run with the ball? Not really. So we'll try and get him in behind as well. I don't think there's much more we can do here. I just want to check the penalty takers because I'm not sure if Roger was good enough to be up there. Penalty taking's 15. It's not better than Flamini's, to be fair. So let's just continue. We have got 10 minutes plus stoppage time, sorry. 1 goal and we go through. That's the difference here. But Arsenal are seeing it out. It's so professional. But we're into stoppage time. And a goal here could be pandemonium at Kenilworth Road. Lebson on the right-hand side for some experience. Goes back to his keeper. Big ball downfield. Shortain v Van den Boer. Van den Boer wins it. Agbonlahor challenges. Can't get there. Portilla back to Schmeichel. Got to look downfield now. Leonardo aims towards Agbonlahor. It's the wrong way. Needs to go for the target man there. Shortain back to his keeper. Look how deep their striker is. And Shortain commits the foul. There's 3 minutes added. We've played 1 of them. And Van den Boer's got a free kick on halfway. It's short to Basagno. I'm not sure that's the right decision. Van den Boer to Foley, though. Into Agbonlahor. Chance to shoot. Gabby Agbonlahor saved. Oh, brilliant goalkeeping. Davis finds Leonardo, and it's wide to Roger on the left. Into the box again. Agbonlahor's up. Loses the header. Oh, you feel that was the chance. Basagno commits the foul on the counter. That's how close we were to the Champions League semi-finals. That would have put Arsenal out on away goals. God, I missed the away goals rule. Long ball forward by Giron. Leb goes back to Heitinga. Zonneveld can't get there. Van den Boer away. Agbonlahor can't make it. And Zogby is on. Tunchai's on. It's all experience for Arsenal. Shortain's in behind. And this is where they want it. Look at that. Straight to the corner flag. Wins it. That's European experience. João Leonardo gives it away. And the dream is over. But our first ever Champions League campaign. A quarter-final. And 1 brilliant Arsenal goalkeeping save away from the semis. Memorable nights along the way. The 4-3 at the Emirates weren't bad. The 5-0 at home to Barcelona is the most astonishing moment I've had in Football Manager. And wins at home to Inter and Real Madrid, despite getting battered in both games in the group stages, will live long in the memory. Do you know what? It was a really good effort, that. But unfortunately, we just fell short. Gabby Agbonlahor could not produce enough heroics this time. We bow out of the Champions League at the quarter-final stage. Let's go and have a look at the schedule, because our season is far from over. Well, three English sides into the quarter-final. Unfortunately, we're not quite one of them, but we do pick up some money. We do brilliantly. And of course, record gate receipts. We're continuing to increase the prices and the capacity, now well over 25,000. But let's have a look at the fixtures because we are going to be back in just a week's time. We're going to play the whole game off camera, then we're going to return for a double header against Spurs. Anything other than a defeat in the league, and we should be pretty much wrapped up when it comes to the top four. I guess the good thing is now we can also have a bit of a go at third place. We can play first choice against Hull, everyone who's fit from that Arsenal game. We've got a week off before the FA Cup game. And then I know we've got a tough run in, but bar the Bolton one, there's nothing surrounded by another fixture. We should even get a week off for the FA Cup at the end. So I don't think there's going to be too many scheduling problems. I think we're in a pretty good position at the minute. If we'd been in a Champions League semi-final, that might have been a little bit different. So Tottenham doubleheader coming up. Can we make the FA Cup final? Can we edge towards a domestic cup double? Can we secure our Champions League place again? It looks all but there. If you're looking forward to finding out and you did enjoy this one, another couple of thrillers, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. If you want to stay up to date with the rest of the week, subscribe and turn that notification bell on. And don't forget to come and follow us on Twitch, where we're live tonight and plenty throughout the summer months as well, playing LMA Manager 2003. Don't forget to check out the football podcast. We've got our National League playoff final preview. Certain Southend United feature in there who we had a 20-year epic with in FM24. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being part of the fun. It's heartbreak for us in the Champions League. There's still a dream to go in the FA Cup. I'll see you tomorrow to see if we can make the final.